Hey everybody, what's up? What's good? This is Chelsea at Vividglowtarot coming at you all with another Zodiac tarot card reading for the month of January for all my Virgos out there. Okay, so we're just going to hop right in this. We're going to start off with the Astro dice, and then we'll move into the overall energy with the Modern Witch tarot cards. And then we're going to move into the Oracle card portion with the Power of Surrender and the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. Before we jump into that though, I will pull from my homemade tarot card deck that is in flashcard for some channeled messages. And after that, we'll do this. And then after this, we will do some more in depth for the challenges, advice, and overall outcome with the Rider-Waite tarot card deck. So, with that being said, we got Pluto for my Virgos for the month of January with Virgo, surprise, surprise, in the 7th house, okay? So I'm just going to briefly, quickly touch base on what this exactly means for my Virgos for the month of January. So if this was to be rolled, it really signifies like a deep, kind of like scrubbing or transformation, specifically targeted at your closest partnerships and how you kind of manage perfectionism within them, okay? So like the dice meanings, Pluto is a planet, so that's what we got first, and this represents having like a very deep-rooted transformation. It can represent power dynamics, like the all or nothing type of energy, and the unearthing of like hidden truths, right? And then next we have Virgo. So Virgo energy kind of represents meticulousness, your health, service, practicality, and kind of like a tendency toward being hypercritical or a perfectionist, right? For my Virgos. So we also have the 7th house, and 7th house is represented by like committed to relationships, marriage, business partners, and open enemies, like one-on-one dynamics here. But like the combined interpretation of these would be healing through refined connection. So when it comes to relationships, you may be trying to repair them. You also may be having or struggling with a power struggle versus criticism. So this kind of warns you for the month of January of power dynamics that manifest through nitpicking and control. Right? So like this control might be exerted by making a partner feel they are never quite good enough, or conversely by becoming like indispensable to them through other service, okay? Again, when it comes to like, you may feel, when it comes to relationships within repairing them, you may feel a powerful urge to like fix or perfect a partner or a specific relationship. And this placement often uncovers where you have been like overly critical of others as a way to kind of avoid your own transformation as well. So keep that in mind for my Virgos. And it also kind of talks about destructive patterns as well. It can indicate like, you know, if you've been going through like the phoenix from the ashes, if you have heard that term, it can indicate that type of energy or moment for a partnership. But if a relationship is based on unhealthy projections or one person kind of rescuing the other, Pluto here may bring, it can bring like a crisis to force a healthier, more practical foundation. So you may be dealing with this. It could be within your home life, a relationship, like within a romantic relationship, or it could be within children, family, however it resonates for you. And Pluto also may bring like to create like a more practical and solid foundation for you guys for the month of January. It's actually, though, it's like really testing material life and business stability, and can represent emotional maturity and releasing the need for total control. Is like the main key message here to successfully kind of like navigate these tests that you may be coming upon in January for my Virgos. Now, another message with this to kind of like work with this energy would be to stop fixing others. Like shift the focus from your partner's flaws to your own internal need for control, right? And then also it can represent redefined service. So ensure your acts of service and relationships are given from a place of love and not a subtle way to maintain power or obligation, okay? And then it also can be a message for embracing imperfection. So true intimacy comes when you stop holding yourself and others to impossible standards of purity, right? Okay, so that's what I got for the messages for you guys, my Virgos, with the Astro dice. Let's get some channel messages here, just to kind of get a little bit more in depth within the energies that you're dealing with for the month of January for my Virgos. So, Spirit, what channel messages do you have for my Virgos for the month of January? What messages do you have for my Virgos? Can't take all of them. I do have like my setup a little bit different, like where my camera's angled and things, so bear with me on that. Okay, so we have a few cards here. Just gonna move these to the side here, get them out the way. All right, so first we have sexual thoughts. We have, I'm ready, I want to sleep together, you're amazing in bed, been daydreaming of sexual thoughts with you, and this person you're dealing with loves your body, okay? Sexual thoughts. So someone may be having sexual thoughts of you at this time. And then we have sleeping with one of your own family members or their family member. Okay, so it could be like they're sleeping with their sister's friend, someone they know in their family, or their brother's girlfriend, or, you know, their cousin's girlfriend, you know, something of that matter. They may be even sleeping with your mom or your sister, something like that. They're definitely having some sexual thoughts here, so keep that in mind. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or this could be your energy. We have Earth sign. And then we also have regrets and second chance, which is interesting because now I definitely want to jump into the energy for my Virgos for the month of January. Especially because it's Earth sign, I feel this is like resonating for my Virgos. And this regret second chance because we did get the Two of Wands as well as the Six of Cups. And so basically the reason why I want to jump into this is because the Six of Cups does talk about having regrets, something from the past, and wanting to reconcile with someone and wanting a second chance. So Cups talks about our emotions. It's water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And then we have Wands energy, which is fire energy. And Wands represents Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, with the Two of Wands here, for the overall energy for the month of January would represent planning, choices, and expansion. Okay, but with it being a combination with the Six of Cups that came out with this card for you guys, it suggests a decision to either revisit or bring the past into future plans. Again, because someone or you may regret and want a second chance. Perhaps reconnecting with childhood dreams, old friends, or a former love, or choosing a familiar path or comfort zone rather than a bold new venture. Kind of like asking if like this memory from the past should guide future growth, right? But more so, the general meaning is like revisiting the past for future growth. So you're planning a future move possibly. But it could be rooted within like childhood memories, family, or old connections, or it could be in regards to someone that you've been with and experienced a family with, or maybe reconciling with a past family member who kind of maybe slept with an ex-partner of yours or something involved within that. But we also have nostalgic choices. So deciding between new opportunities, because there's two different options here. So you can definitely be deciding between a new opportunity or staying with what's comfortable and familiar. And then also weighing options here. But the best choice involves something innocent, joyful, or from your past as well that you may be reconsidering and thinking for the month of January for my Virgos. Now, when it does come to love and relationships, it could also represent reconnecting with an ex or building unfamiliar love. And then also family matters, so like planning a future that heavily involves family, children, or a shared sentimental past. Now, when it comes to career and finance, though, it could be like deciding between a new exciting job and one that offers familiarity and comfort. And then also funding the past, like using past resources or revisiting old projects to fund future ventures, okay? Now, the key question of this combo, though, asks, should I chase the unknown, or does my heart and future lie in what I already know and love, right? So that's kind of like what your overall energy will be for the month of January. So let's kind of just now jump into the oracle cards. So we have the power of surrender. So let's see what it is that you need to have the power to surrender and let go of within this situation. We have surrender your belief in sacredity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So take how that resonates. We'll get more in depth within this. I'm just going to set that up there and see what other cards you got from the Enchanted map. I'll be reading from the guidebook on what these messages meant. You got 2 of these as well. We got card number 11, Balancing Act. And then we also got card number 6, Mountain. So let's see what these cards mean. We'll start with Balancing Act, card number 11. And it says, you are calm within no matter the fluctuation of outer conditions. There are times when things seem a bit topsy-turvy, and it feels as if you're juggling 1,000 balls in the air. Again, with the 2 of Wands, this is something like balancing something, trying to juggle something, 2 things at once. But it says you're unsure of your footing. Now is the moment to evaluate which areas of your life need balance and then restore equilibrium. Choose harmony over discord, and great success will be yours. You'll find inner stability when you choose a balanced focus and level path. Okay, and then card number 6 with Mountain. We have Mountain. You have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is the time to adapt. Sometimes you'll come across what appears to be an insurmountable obstacle, like a huge mountain that separates you from your success. You might think that climbing or chiseling away as it is the answer. But why take such a tedious approach? Be like the rivers that flow around mountains naturally. You'll move past this obstacle relatively quickly if you choose the easy way around. This is the time to adapt to your circumstances. If you do decide to climb, remember to take one step at a time, opting for the next right action. Okay, so you may be really, struggling with like which path and direction to take. You may be offered 2 different opportunities and 2 different choices here with Balancing Act and the 2 of Wands, as well as the Mountain and the 6 of Cups. So this is very interesting. Let's get a little bit more in depth within getting some tarot card messages here. So what is the overall challenge for my Virgos for the month of January? Please, Spirit. What's the overall challenge? What's going to be the overall challenge? Overall challenge for my Virgos. It's the overall challenge. So yeah, we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is like someone feeling stuck or suspended, or kind of like not given the opportunity to make a choice just yet. Like they're kind of suspended and stuck at this moment within making a choice. So that's definitely your challenge that you're going through. You're trying to gather enough information. Yeah, you're going within with this Hermit card. The Hermit card is actually the Virgo Zodiac for this card. It talks about going within and doing some soul searching, because like you're kind of like needing to go within because you're being suspended or put on hold within making some kind of choice or decision because you don't have all the answers that you need just yet. So you're kind of going within for the month of January as your challenge and trying to discover what your soul path is meant to carry out and do within this lifetime. Just doing a lot of like self-discovery and going within your soul. Okay, what's the advice for my Virgos for the month of January? What's the advice? Okay, so the advice may be working with others. Okay, so because we have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles talks about teamwork, working with others to create something and build something that's solid and secure on a solid foundation that's going to last. And being committed. Okay, this group of people is being very committed. You're working with others. You're trying to build something here with someone. Or that's what you're wanting to do, at least, within this choice. It could even be recreating or restarting something new with someone, right? And creating something that's going to last and be solid and secure and long-lasting. One more card for my advice here. The advice is to work with others, because again, you can be a little bit where others may feel that they're not good enough, because you do carry a little bit of this perfectionism within you and trying to fix other people. So, you know, allowing them to fix things on their own and create something themselves. Yeah, so let's see. It's a little bit too many cards. You want a new beginning. You want to start fresh. You want something new. For sure. It could be, you know, within like a reconciliation or a second chance with someone because you regret something from the past. One more card for my advice. Spirit for my Virgos for the month of January. Okay, yeah. So we have the Five of Swords, but it was reversed. Excuse me 1 second. I apologize. I'm going to take a sip of my drink real quick. Okay. So, sorry about that. So like with the Five of Swords in reverse, again, this is, the Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Swords is air energy. It could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But with this being in reverse, it signifies ending conflict, letting go of resentment, and choosing your battles wisely. And moving from like a win at all cost mentality to one of like peace, forgiveness, or kind of like this strategic retreat, right? Recognizing some fights aren't worth the stress or damage to relationships. It can also warn of someone kind of winning unfairly, deceit, or the need to walk away from toxic situations. But generally, this points towards like resolution, taking responsibility, and finding healthier ways to deal with disagreements, okay? So that's very interesting. Let's see what the overall outcome, most likely outcome is going to be for my Virgos for the month of January, Spirit. What's going to be the overall most likely outcome for my Virgos within the situation for the month of January? What's the overall outcome, most likely? So we have the Judgment in reversed, and then I'm just going to Queen of Pentacles. Alright, so I'm not sure like what the Zodiac would be for the Judgment card, but I do know the Queen of Pentacles is Earth energy, again, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Again, it talks about our self-worth, with the Pentacles here, with it being the Queen. Yeah, like knowing your worth and your value, right? And doing self-care, self-love, loving who you are, accepting who you are overall with this Judgment card. So when the Judgment card is in reverse, with the Queen of Pentacles upright, it kind of suggests like a clash between like a call for your spiritual awakening or reckoning, and then also being grounded, nurturing, and practical, right? Often meaning like you're holding back from a needed life change within yourself due to some kind of like self-doubt with this Judgment card, or fear of others' opinions despite your inherent ability to create stability here. So definitely like fearful or worried of some kind of judgment or being judged within, you know, having self-doubt and the lack of confidence in your self-esteem. It is also suggesting like a need to kind of like trust your practical wisdom and move past self-judgment, like self-judgment here, to kind of like embrace your true calling, right? So with the Judgment in reverse, you're kind of like ignoring your inner calling and your self-doubting and your fear of judgment, and it's like a missed opportunity for like a rebirth or a significant decision with the Two of Wands and the Balancing Act card, you know, juggling these two certain things. And you're really holding, excuse me, yeah, you're not speaking your truth. You're holding back from like a necessary awakening that you're meant to be embarked on at this time. Yeah. Needing to work on like self-sabotage. There's definitely action needed, and you're balancing like inner and outer worlds at this time. So there's like a tension between your responsible earthly duties and then like the deeper, perhaps more spiritual path with this Judgment. So you're hesitating to take this, and you're too focused on the tangible to hear the call for transformation. Okay. And you may, like, instead of having this more nurturing, capable energy, you're being kind of undermined by like a harsh inner criticism, and you're great at providing for others, but struggling to give yourself permission to kind of evolve through this. So overall, the most likely outcome is like you have the power to manifest, my Virgos, security, but are like kind of like blocking yourself and like blocking your own kind of like breakthrough by listening to like inner critics instead of your true purpose and your true calling. And that's why this Hermit card came up, because you need to do some soul searching and gain some like inner wisdom here and cultivate this, right? And you're gonna have to like work through some things, but yeah, that's what I got for my Virgos for the month of January. I hope this brought clarity, support, guidance, and confirmation within what you may be experiencing and going through at this time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you resonated, comment below. Let me know you resonated. If you feel guided and called to, please share this to allow others the opportunity to receive these messages as well. And I'm sending infinite blessings, love, and light to all my Virgos out there and any cross watchers. And until again, bye.